is KIC Radio.
Hello everybody, it is my pleasure to be joined by Wolves fan and social media star, I guess you could say now, as he's growing every single day, George Horton. George, you will be travelling to Preston by foot next week. 95 miles separates Molineux and Preston. Explain to everyone why it is you're walking to Preston away.
Well, I just want to correct you there. The route I'm taking, obviously, is 95 miles as the crow flies, but I didn't want to fancy walking on the motorway and A roads. So the route I'm doing is actually 122 miles. However, obviously, that is going to be, I've done it as like a nice flat route. So, yes, it's going to be longer, but obviously, it's going to be flatter, so it'll make it easier. The reason I'm doing it, essentially, we just lost to Brentford at home last season. And I was just like, oh, it'd be funny. I was talking about Derby's points record, and I was like, I was that confident that, because we were playing so badly at the time, I was that confident we wouldn't get 11 points. I was like, if we get more than 11 points, I will walk to the first away game of next season. Obviously, that happened when we beat Villa, I believe. So, obviously, that was the point where I knew I was going to walk. And then it was kind of a case of just waiting until that kind of fixture came out. And then, obviously, it was Preston. I didn't really want one that was too close because I wanted it to be somewhat a challenge. And obviously, I kind of had it in my head that I was going to do it for charity. So I wanted it to, be some sort of challenge. But, yeah, so when Preston got drawn out the hat, I was pretty happy, to be fair, because, I think 4 or 5 days is a good length to sort of walk. Roughly on average, probably about 25 miles a day. And, yeah, so I was happy it wasn't Middlesbrough, but again, I was happy it wasn't like West Brom or Blues. Number one, probably because I would have been eaten alive by the Baggies and Blues fans. But number two, yeah, it wasn't the worst it could have been. So, and it's quite, it's not the north's a good part of the country, especially sort of the latter days. I'll be happy to sort of be walking through Warrington and all that kind of area because there's some nice sort of countryside around there. I've got to walk through Stoke on one of the days, which isn't ideal, but yeah, that's only one of the days. So yeah. Obviously, it's going to be a challenge, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, of course. I think the most important thing to touch on there is you mentioned it is for charity. Would you like to explain for the people that don't know the charity it's for and where they can donate if they wish to?
Yeah. So the charity is the WWEFC Foundation, which is basically the Wolves Foundation, Wolverhampton Wanderers Football Club's own charity. They kind of do a lot of various things for people in Wolverhampton. So yeah, if you do want to donate, just go onto any of my social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and there should be a link there. But yeah, it's I've always kind of, Wolverhampton's a pretty like underfunded city, and there's not really many opportunities for people living in Wolverhampton. So it kind of like, I was trying to think what's the best charity to do. Obviously, it links in well with the challenge, but also is kind of a charity that means a lot to me. So yeah, if you can donate, that'd be much appreciated.
Yeah, and George, you took to social media earlier and gave everyone an idea of your planned route. But for the people that didn't catch that, can you just walk us through the route you will be walking to Preston?
Yeah, so I thought it's better, instead of doing it from a house, I thought it's better to do it from Molineux to Deepdale, because I think it kind of, one stage to another makes it good. So my plan is on Tuesday to drive up to Molineux and then, obviously leave the car there and then obviously walk from Molineux to Stone is the first day. So Stone's just beneath Stoke. That's about 30 miles. Then walk from Stone to Middlewich, which is sort of like, I think it's like the border of Cheshire. It's just past Stoke. That's another 30 miles. Then the next day is the shortest walking day, Middlewich to Warrington. I'm quite excited for that day, number one, because it is 7 miles short, so it's 23 miles that leg. And number two, it'll be nice walking around those parts. The fourth day, I'll be walking from Warrington to, I haven't decided yet where I'm actually going to land, but it'll be somewhere like Warrington up to like Leyland or Chorley. That's about another 27 miles. And on the last day, pretty close to Preston, I'll be finishing my walk, sort of 6 miles to go, either from Chorley or Leyland. I'll have to see. It's just a case of what accommodation I can find around there, really. And yeah, go. And then obviously aim to get to the ground about 1 o'clock, I'd say. Have a few beers. It'll be well deserved. And then, yeah, go to the game and hopefully Wolves will win.
Yeah, and I'm sure without doxing yourself or giving away any sensitive information, people are very interested in what you'll be doing for accommodation, doing for food. And I'm sure this is something you've thought about already. What can you give away with that already?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I've just booked hotels in the area where I'm obviously stopping. I managed to get them a fairly decent price. And also food wise, I guess just big breakfast, snacking all along the way, and yeah, and just plenty of electrolytes. To be fair, mate, I do a lot of walking. I do, I regularly walk short distance compared to what I'm about to do. So, I do quite a lot of walking, so I'm not too worried about the fitness side of things. Obviously, it probably will get tedious at times, but it's new routes. It's a new area of the country I'll probably never see before, so that'll make things a little bit more interesting. So, yeah, I mean, again, obviously, it's going to be challenging. It's going to be hard, but that's the point. Obviously, I think one of the main inspirations for me was obviously Manny Singh doing everything he does. And like obviously he walked to Newcastle in about 4 days without pretty much any sleep. So if he can do that in his 50s, in my 20s, I should be able to walk to Preston. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I am definitely a little bit nervous, but excited as well. It's quite, I don't know, it's not something you can relate to a lot of people about. But again, like, it's for a good cause, and it's something cool, and it's like I'll be associated for more than it's a match day, but more kind of, oh yeah, this guy walked to Preston for charity. So yeah, I am excited.
Yeah, of course, fitness and food and hotels are all variables you can control. Let's talk about a variable you can't control, which is the weather. I mean, the first few days you set off looking to be quite good weather, but on Thursday and Friday, as it stands of recording, there's a 40% chance of rain. How do you plan to deal with that?
I mean, well, 40%, it's less than half. We'll just see what happens. Look, at the end of the day, like if it's raining, I'll just have to do it. I'll just have to walk in the rain, which it's not ideal, but you'd probably rather that than like extreme heat. I haven't actually checked that far, to be fair. So if it does start raining, we'll just do what we can. It just makes the vlog a bit more exciting. So we'll just see what happens. But fingers crossed that won't happen. But people have done these walking challenges before, and I'm sure it's the UK, and it hasn't been raining much recently. So, I've just got to do it. I've said I'm going to do it. I'm man of my words, and yeah, we'll just see how it goes. Hopefully, I'm going to try and set off sort of early in the morning, so that gives me sort of maximum time. So if it does get really bad, I can find some shelter or something. But again, wearing shorts so my bottoms don't get too wet and everything like that. But yeah, I don't think it should be too bad.
Yeah, and my final question, of course, it's a long way to go to watch Wolves by foot. Are you confident? I mean, at the moment, as of recording, we haven't played Blackburn yet. By the time this goes out, we will have played Blackburn, so the audience will know the result. But are you confident that Wolves will make your trip worth it at the end and beat Preston come the 22nd of August?
I think as a Wolves fan, you learn to sort of enjoy the games regardless of the result. So I'm more excited for sort of just getting there, and just seeing everyone I know in the concourse and so, seeing people, having drinks with people, everything like that. But yeah, I mean, Blackburn, I'm definitely quite confident for. Preston's a much tougher game, obviously away from home as well. But I trust the boys. We do have a good squad, and I think everyone knows how well I think we're going to do this season. So,
George, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you as always. I'll see you at the end at Preston away, and I'm sure we'll grab a beer together. Thank you for joining us.
No, not a problem.
And the best of luck to you in this challenge. Everyone, please go and donate if you can, where George told you to. And the best of luck to you on your challenge.
This is KIC Radio.